Beloved people of South Africa, greetings. This is Mandi Samtembu, the voice of the voiceless people of South Africa. A while ago, I think it was last year or something, I made a lecture on what is a referendum and what it means. So today, I'm introducing to you the application, the third application for referendum, a real referendum in South Africa with the International Court of Justice. To those who are donating to the mission Save South Africa, thank you so much. Your generosity and kindness is appreciated. We are marching forward, no surrender. We are not giving up on this fight to have a democratic South Africa and a real reformations. I wrote the constitutions. If you don't know who I am, review all my videos. You will see all the policies there are the policies that protect us, the people of South Africa, and our needs. All the restructuring of the government institutions, the reformations, corporate plans, they are there. Please check if you don't know, if you want to make sure, or if you are not sure who I am. I am Mandi Samtembu, and I wrote that constitution on my own, judging on the perception of how we are living as the people of South Africa. So this application is the third application. I'm not going to approach the biased constitutional court of judges who are on politicians' pockets. I'm going straight to the ICJ as the bearers of law. As the bearers of law, I'm approaching them so that they can bring justice to the people of South Africa. To the Registrar of the International Court of Justice, the under siege being duly authorized by the mission Save South Africa for the people of South Africa to request a referendum for all South African political parties to be abolished and disbanded, and for a new democratic change of regime in our country. As the political parties don't represent the will of the people as stated by the 1955 Freedom Charter, the government must be formed by the will of the people, not the will of the political parties who have become a patronage machines. The introduction of this application. These applications concerns the interim constitution, a temporary measure that ushered in democracy in South Africa. It was the product of a protracted negotiations between the National Party government and the African National Congress and other parties represented the consensus that was reached. It was never about the will of the people of South Africa, but about exchange of power from one political party to another political party, ANC. 1.1, a referendum, also known as a form of a direct democracy, implies that direct influence of the people on political decision-making process whose outcomes gain shape in both laws and decrees. Process whose outcomes gain shape in both laws and decrees of the parliament. Seriani and Fisher, 2015. During the March 17, 1992 referendum, the CODESA negotiations taking place between the Government of National Party and the African National Congress and 17 other organizations were not about reformation of government institutions, restoration and reconciliation of the people of South Africa, and returning the sovereignty to the people of South Africa, as there was no constitution in place that represented the griefs and the opinions of ordinary people of South Africa. The sole purpose endorse black people to cast votes and elect them to power, elect the ANC to power. The Conversation for a Democratic South Africa, CODESA, a forum in which the adoption of the elections for all was negotiated. The whole CODESA negotiations was not transparent and fair, as the communities and the people of South Africa were not consulted, and the negotiations were discussed in private by political elites. In that meeting, we, thus as the people of South Africa, concluded that the CODESA negotiations was conducted under strict privacy. The direct influence of the people on that CODESA decision-making was breached by the Government of National Party and the African National Congress, the ANC, which led to South Africa being taken by illegitimate ANC government that failed to bring lasting reformations and restoration of dignity to the people of South Africa in 30 years of their government administration in South Africa. In light of the extraordinary urgency of the political situation in South Africa, plagued by rampant corruption, government failure to serve the citizens, and constitutional court failure to uphold justice and integrity, the Mission Save South Africa seeks a new referendum for the ordinary people of South Africa, black, white, Indian, colored, to protract negotiations to form a new government of the will of the people under the Representation of the People Act and the 1955 Freedom Charter. Declarations. The people must govern themselves. All political parties, labor unions, and the Independent Electoral Commission have completely failed to bring lasting reformation and democracy in South Africa. What we need is a democracy of sovereignty, fit for 21st century, where every voice is heard, problem addressed, every vote valued, and every South African citizen is empowered to take part in rebuilding, protecting, and preserving our existence. This is some of the things that I mentioned on this invocation of a referendum. And I'm going to send it through via email to the ICJ. I will wait for the correspondence, and I will come back to you, the people of South Africa, the people who I'm serving. I do not answer to anyone. I answer to the genuine, godly people of South Africa and God himself. Thank you.